So I want to share with you guys. Even I go through shit that I got to sort through. Um, the other day when I just took a week off of work because I just didn't want to be working for anybody else anymore, or even dealing with the hassle of the environment of working for somebody else. And in that moment, like, that narrative doesn't do me any good. I don't want to work for anybody else. You know what? A couple realizations I had is that I've shared this with some of you. Is that simply the narrative I can take to move on is I don't want to speak to any. I only want to speak to people that want to speak to me and listen to what I have to offer. That's all I want to spend time on. Time is the commodity. It's like when you get clear about what you're spending your time on, not wasting it. Although you can see it as a waste. What are you spending your time on? Is it worth it? Then you can kind of clarify what you want. Like, so for me, work in a place where you get hung up on a lot. It's a sales phone job. And I just got to a point I'm just like, you know what? It's not worth my time to speak to people that don't want to speak to me. That moment of, like, I hung up on, rejected, like whatever that is, and salespeople go through it, but most people are willing to just deal with it for the paycheck. And it's like the norm, right? The norm. The narrative I created for myself was, I just want to speak to people that want to speak to me and listen to what I have to offer and engage and have conversation. That's the only type of engagement with people I want to have. Now, when I came back to work today, I took a week off, a lot of resistance to coming to work. As a matter of fact, Lisa knows, and this is a big source conversation. I have so much resistance to coming into work today. As soon as I hit the road, the traffic was jammed all the way down the street. All the way down, a 10-minute drive took an hour and a half. Really interesting, and like all the highways were jammed. So a lot of resistance to me coming into work, as you can see. That's the funny source conversation, right? And I don't stress out about traffic. It's like, it is what it is. Now, when I come into work, there's two things I'm looking for. I have a bunch of different things on my reminder list that I always look for, but I created two new reminders just to focus on narrative, that kind of thing. One of them is that, and this is like making useful the narrative now, because when I tell you that I only want to speak to people that want to speak to me and listen to what I have to offer, you might think that has to do with my consulting and mentoring business. Yes, it does. And how do I make that effective now, or how do I make it useful? So when I come in today, I actually put that on my visual reminder list to focus on only speaking to people that want to speak to me and listen to what I have to offer. And the other one is laydowns. And a laydown in sales is there's no effort, that people just call ready to buy, and you just help them set up the order. So in doing those two things, I'm actually leading the board, the leaderboard today with sales. I've had nothing but flow with conversation with customers. I had people lay down like they're ready to buy, and it like merging the two, merging the future with the present. I know that I don't want to work for somebody else anymore, yet I'm still here. So it's like keeping the intention out there, but also managing the moment. And I'm here, I might as well make the most of it. So I have effectively brought myself back to a peace where I can kind of deal with what's going on around me, because I have created all of it, and I get to manage it the best I can until it doesn't fit anymore completely. And I can make that move at any time, and I'm not quite ready to do that. But the narrative, I only want to speak to people that speak to me, and then of course I just want to focus on people that are ready to buy right now. That's what's happened today. I found anybody that's argued with me, hung up on me, anything like that. So the lesson is, figure out what you want. It may be off into the future, but somehow find a way to integrate that now, right now. Start living into it now, rather than, I want something and I hope that it shows up. No, find a way to integrate that now so that you start living into it.